Hi everyone, this is Diane. I had a change in plans on journal making. I've been working on this one. Well, I just started working on it. I haven't gotten very far on it. And then I realized that I had this kit from Yana's Crafting called August, and I wanted to use that in the month of August, and then I thought I should make it, like early, like before August, but it was a little too late for that. So today is August 1st, and I just did the finishing touches on this journal. So I'm putting it in my shop tomorrow, or, well, it'll be tomorrow, but it'll be the day you see this video, August 2nd. It'll be in my shop at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let me just go through it with you so you can see what it's all about. I used a Amazon The Craft bubble packet, bubble envelope. It's not really a bubble, but it's the craft paper and it's padded with foam dots inside. And I used Mod Podge on it, and I painted it yellow, and on the inside I painted it blue. And then I Mod Podged this page, half of a page from the kit, and it says August. It's a Kate Greenaway image. And I love the collaging that she did on these pages. There's a little patchwork edging around it, and then just different collaged elements. And this is the other half of that page. Some of the blue snuck around when I painted the other side, but I don't mind that. I think it just adds to that eclectic, patchy look. And I tied it with orange. I sewed it with orange waxed thread. Please excuse the ink and glue on my fingers. I just finished up the finishing touches. And I strung some beads on here, and it's in the center, so it could be a problem when you're trying to write. So you'll have to move the beads from side to side. If you're writing on this side, move them over there. If it's too much of a problem, you can just snip that off and you'll have a little knot here. But I love those beads. I think they're cool. And I put a strip of fabric along the edge here. I just Mod Podged a random digital page that I had in my shop, or not in my shop, in my stash. And the colors went with it, and this is part of the ephemera from the Yana's Crafting kit. So the kit comes with pages and tags, pockets and envelopes, cards, and elements to cut out. This is a piece of wallpaper here, and this is one of the pages that I cut. And you can watch, I only did one video, yesterday's video, with whatever I was doing. You got to see some of what I was doing in yesterday's video. I talk about that olive page a little bit. This is one of the fussy cut elements with the kitty, and I just added it to a manila card and stamped that on there. This is a paint chip, and I glued one of the tags from the kit, backed it onto cardstock. So this is what I've just done. I backed a lot of the cards and tags with cardstock or coffee dyed paper, and then I inked around them, and then I stamped a little word. So I got ink all over my fingers. And this says beautiful story. And here's one of the cards. It says, among the poppies. Art is good for you. I have to confess, I stamped it here so it was upside down. So I just did a little collage there. This is the back of the wallpaper, and I talked about that in yesterday's video. I just covered it with various papers, and it continues on the other side. And then this is a digital also, but it is from a church ledger that I own. That's one of the fussy cuts. I had this card, and I thought it went well with this, so you can write on that. And this is one of the tags from the kit. It says keepsakes. I didn't add any fibers or anything, so I'll probably include some fibers in case you want to do that. And these are the digitals that are left over, the rest of that olive page. and one journal card, 2 tags, a butterfly, and a little envelope. It says August. So I'll send all of those along with some fibers. Here's another page. Look at that beautiful collage-y look. And these are fussy cuts. It says among the poppies, and so there's a little poppy journaling card. This is from a like a desk calendar. It's a back page with says notes, and I love the floral border. So it's a calendar that I use. I talked about that too. I pay my bills with that kind of a calendar. Keep track of my bills. So when I disposed of the one I was done with, I took the pages out of the back. Another page from the kit. It's just eclectic. There's part of an envelope. There's an image of a house with a dormer window, and there's a birdhouse in front of it. Part of a check. A letter. This looks like a Victorian image there, and some grapes. Just little bits that I think are really, really fun. And she includes in the kit this paper, so I printed that on the back of all the papers. That's part of the digital, and these are part of the digital. I forgot. There were 3 green circles, and I stamped that doily on there, and so then I stamped on these other 2, and I didn't use them. So I'm going to tuck them into this envelope so they don't get lost. And I stamped up here, all the world is made of faith and trust and pixie dust. J.M. Barrie from Peter Pan. This is a tracing paper, graph paper for an engineer. And this is a handmade paper. And I just glued down a butterfly and 2 of the little pockets that she has in the kit. And this is a Tim Holtz tag. This is from the kit. I'll read that quote to you when we get to the back because it's on something else that's in the back. And a tag that I made with my Cricut says priceless, and a little merchandise tag. So the colors in this kit are tending toward fall colors, but because by the end of August, it's turning that way. So I thought it was really fitting. This is a flyleaf from a book with that beautiful green and green marble with little hints of orange and red. So it's tending toward the fall. And this is just a little journaling spot, an envelope. It says summer. And I tucked a journaling card inside. It says dare to dream. I keep this little container here on my desk with these tiny little words, and so I got that out and used that to stamp on the backs of my tags and cards. I've clipped it on with a heart paper clip. Here's one of the pages with some boys on a raft with their dog. Looks like they're just having a great summer. This is just from a collector's guide for this brand of porcelain figures, whatever the brand was, I can't remember, but I thought she was pretty. The colors went well. And here's another part of that church ledger. This is a teacher's planner book with the orange colors, and I added this little fabric cluster. And this is part of the kit. There's some stationery here with lines, and it's sunflowers. You get those at the end of summer. And here's one of the pages from the kit. And it has a little poem about August. And it says end of season down here. I used a couple of the labels from the Summer's Bounty kit. That's a huge, huge kit, and I can't remember what Etsy shop it is, but you have to buy all the parts. There's pages, and I think this one kit is just labels, so you get tons of them. Ephemera and all kinds of different kits you can get that make up this summer's bounty, and it is bounteous. This is a tablet, Pioneer Woman tablet that I got at Walmart, and it has lines on it and some flowers, but you can write right over them. They're faded. I stamped this distressed stamp along the edges of that page, and this was cut out of a botanical book. This is from the kit. And this is a current fold-a-note card, and I folded it inside out so you'd have the whole picture with the sunflowers and the bushes and the stone path. And I just did this little stamp here. That might be the first time I use that stamp, and I love it. I'm going to use that more. I've had it for a long time. Came in a set, and I think that was from Stampin' Up! Also. And then the little flap for the fold-a-note, I just glued that down and added one of the pockets from the kit, or envelopes, and a tag. And I didn't do anything. I didn't ink these, and either of those, because I was getting tired of inking. That's one of the Summer's Bounty labels. And so is that one. This is washi tape here. And this is from the kit, one of the fussy cuts, and I put some fiber paper behind it. It's not mulberry paper, but it's thin like that, and it just had some coarser fibers in it. Well, I'll read the quote right here, but I think it's going to show up at the end of the book too. Summertime, it was a song, it was a season. I wondered if that season would ever live inside of me. I don't know who wrote that. Here's that Art Deco image, or Art Nouveau image that we saw earlier. It's just slightly bigger, and I glued it to this sparkly copper or rose gold kind of cardstock. This is a Project Life card. This makes me smile, but I loved the color here with this paper. And this color goes with it well. It's one of the journaling cards from the kit, and it has that Kate Greenaway. It's the image from the front. And it says create on the back. Two more pockets here on the other side of that handmade paper. And I just included two of the tags from the kit. It says family and love. It's just a little design there. This is an element too that I cut out. I punched the little holes, but I didn't put anything in the holes. And it just says handmade with love. This is a little fabric piece that Virginia made. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know about Virginia and the gifts that she sent me, and her daughter sent me some more of these kind of things after she passed away, along with a glue book that she created that she was working in. So I don't have a lot of Virginia's pieces left, but this is one of them, and I think it's so unique. I don't know how it's done. Maybe some of you know, but it's like fabric was sewn and cut, and I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I wish I did know, but I don't know if I would because it looks tedious. There's washi tape here. If you know what that technique is called, if you comment that below, then I can look it up. This is just a label, digital label I had in my stash. And I clipped these two pieces on that you can use anywhere in the book. It's a card. It's tulips, not poppies, but I like the colors. Be always blooming, it says. And then a grape fussy cut from the kit. And here's another of the Summer's Bounty labels with poppies on it. This is a paint chip, and I just trimmed it shorter and put some coffee dyed paper behind it. Here is that pocket that I made with the church ledger. It extended over here and made a tiny pocket, so I put these skinny tags in there. And this is just another random digital, and this is from the kit. This is a digital page that I already had printed in my stash, and that's a strip of that paper from the kit. Doing it like that kind of mimics how she did the border of patchwork around it. And here's the back of the wallpaper, and I added this label. It's a digital label that was in my stash. Some cardstock here. And here is the card that has that quote about summertime that I read. And again, it says handmade with love. Here's the little girl on the library card, and it says end of season. And then it says, I have this stamp that says do something creative every day. And this came with a Stampin' Up! Set that I don't use often, but I came across it and I pulled it out and I thought I need to keep this where I can use it in every journal, because I always sign off my journals with have a creative day today. So this goes along with what I always say, do something creative every day. So I'm going to try to incorporate that in every journal that I make now. And again, this says end of season, and there's a little tag inside with poppies. And then there's a library pocket. We decorated this yesterday. And the card was in the pocket. It's a rare thing. But I didn't want to leave the words up there. They weren't old. It wasn't old writing, and it just looked out of place. So I put a scrap of a quilt top here and then some rosettes. It has my signature on the back. This is another random digital that I had in my shop. I love it. And that's the journal. I think it's a really fun journal. I am going to tie something around it. I forgot to find something to tie around it. So I will do that because it does pop up, and hopefully you'll add more stuff to it. And I'm going to get you started with that right here. I hope you like this fun little surprise journal that I wasn't planning on inserting here, but I'm glad I did. It was a fairly quick project, and I'll get this in my shop for this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to get back to work on this one. So stay tuned for this. Thanks for watching, and do something creative every day. Bye.